in the previous video I told you already that I will divide this answer into 3 parts of video. So individually every head of this answer, every subheadings of this answer will be having different videos. I was continuing this context, this concept rather, from the colonial to the federal, the context of the American Enlightenment. This was the first part. I have already discussed these questions and this part of answer, this material basis of American Enlightenment. Now I am going towards the second headings. Okay, this is the Enlightenment in America. Now, sorry, this in the second heading of the answer, the Enlightenment in America, why the people of America changed their views about religion, about God, about nature, about humanity. Why? Now this will be answered in here. It was influenced to a great deal by the ideas of Newton. Now let me say something that I already told in the first part of the video, that there were many multicultural people were coming and settling in America. Okay, so automatically new ideas, new ideologies, new angles of study and everything was coming to America. So automatically a new idea of Newton, who was a scientist, everybody know, that studies, his opinion, everything came through the books they have carried to America. Okay, so the ideas of a scientist started expanding. He expanded some rules of physics. So science came. People need science. People need every angle of study to survive. Okay, so first of all we will talk about science. So Newton has brought some different way of thinking in the universe, and in the year he gave a lecture in the university, and in the year 1714 Yale received books of Newtonian physics. What is Yale? Yale is a university where this Newton physics and Locke's philosophical book came into America, and people started reading the book, new type of books they started reading. So when people started reading, people started gaining knowledge, people started knowing that there is something more to think about, more to learn about. Locke believed in human reason, but he didn't consider it to be the most powerful, for he was of the opinion that there are certain factors which are beyond human reasoning. Now let me be very clear with you. It is true that there is a science. We sustain our life through science. Everything is a science in life. Okay, we take birth, we sustain, we survive, we eat, we sleep. Everything is a science. Okay, so it is true that there is nothing without science. Okay, but there is also something that Locke opined, that there is also something to think about, to talk about, to discuss about, to gain knowledge about beyond human reasoning. What is human reasoning? Logic. Beside that also there is something which you should go through. And in this context, another person was very important. His name was Benjamin Franklin. Now who was Benjamin Franklin? He took birth in 1706 and he died in 1790. What he represented? He represented a soul of American Enlightenment. What he did? He advocated rationality, practical conduct and materialism. What he said, that there is a reality. Don't think everything is very hypothetical. Okay? Don't go through your conservative ideas. Also think there is a logic, there is a reality, there is some practical sense. Without common sense, without practical sense, you can't survive. So he preferred that practical thinking pattern as a natural religion. He wanted people to realize their own belief. He said, you believe in your own self. You believe on your own basic concept. Don't always believe on others what people are teaching you. Also think that you are a human being. You have your own brain. You think with that. And you think that whatever you are thinking, if it is rational and if it is logical, then you should believe that. In today's generation, we speak a sentence like believe in yourself. This is that concept, that believe in yourself, and this believe in yourself concept is natural religion, that is known as deism. Okay, this is a new conception he came up with, deism. These people to know he wanted people to know what true religion was, to discover those things which people believed in. He said that it is obviously that there is a religion, we pray to God, we know there is a superpower, there is almighty, everything okay, I'm believing it, I'm accepting you, but also believe in yourself that what you feel about God. This propagated the idea of supreme God and the idea after life. Even he propagated another idea, that is there is also a life, there is a afterlife. Okay, now this philosophy is similar to Oriental philosophy or the karma theory, that is reality. In Hindi we sometimes say कि तुम जैसे करनी वैसे भरनी, मतलब if you hurt someone, you today or the other day it will come back to you. This is called boomerang theory. You have hurt someone, might be that person has forgiven you, you also have forgotten some about that incident, not today, might be 3 years after, 4 years after, you will automatically, the pain you have inflicted in that person will come back to you in other or the other way. Okay, that is called karma theory. People either may be rewarded for his good deed, so we always say ki do good for others. If you can't do good for others, don't do. But if you want to do something for others, don't hurt someone, don't do something that brings up punishment, because for wrongdoings you should be punished. Because if another human being doesn't punish you, we always say there is an almighty God, he is noticing everything, he will punish you. This affected a change in the people's thinking about church, about rituals, about miracles. There is nothing called miracles. Actually what happens, whatever you do come back to you. Okay, Franklin only gave importance to people and their own works. Believe in yourself, we believe in your work. If you have done something good, good will come back to you. But if you had hurt someone very badly, it will come back to you also in a painful way only. Okay, another notable figure was Saint Jean de Crèvecoeur. Now Crèvecoeur is 1715 to 1813, it was his lifespan. He celebrated the idea of enlightenment in his famous work, Letters from an American Farmer. It was his writing name. He had wrote this various letters in a form of a book, in a letter form. So it was Letters from an American Farmer. In this work, he tried to portray the comforts enjoyed by the people who came to America. Why people? I told you before also in the previous video that people were coming from other parts and were settling to America for a luxurious life, for a comfort in life. So people were actually enjoying their life after coming and settling to America. And how did they try to like this new place? For they thought it was the place where they would be able to improve their life by doing what they want to do. Some people who actually came from England to settle in America, the main point was that people were coming to do something new. The opportunity that they were not getting in staying in England They tried to search a new place to settle, and not only to settle, they came here to try something new, to make some experiment of life also. So these 12 letters from the farmers are held together by the movement of the fictional narrator. The name is James. It is just a fictional character, okay? The American farmer is the narrator here. In the early letters, he celebrates America as a place where the oppressed, for the tortured people of Europe are able to pursue their self-interest as independent landowners. In the early part, in the first portion of the letters, he told how people used to get tortured in Europe, how they were not independent. So they were searching for a new place to be an independent one, to own some land of their own, having a own property, enjoying their own lifestyle. So the first part of the letters were describing all this, and the latter part of the letters were describing the reason why it was going on, what were the problems they were facing, okay? And in the last part of the letters, he deals with the problem of slavery causing division within the new society, and that was the another reason in America was going on, that not in America, in England it was going on, that slavery was going on, okay? Negro people used to be exported and imported from Africa, and all the where the black people stay, they used to be bought like a product in the market, and they used to be bring up by in England by sheep, okay, by the landowners, by the businessmen, to do their work without pay and being tortured, and they used to serve, because they were bound to be served, that without payment they were allowed to do their work, and thus caused the revolution. Letters is in the form of epistolary, philosophically travel narrative. It's a narrative style of letter, so that he could narrate it, everything what he wanted to say, so people could know through his writings that what was the actual picture going on, okay? And it became very popular work, and it became so popular that it was translated and reprinted, and strongly influencing the European perception of America. And so that's why this was one of the notable work which everybody should go through to know the real picture that what was going there, okay? Now let us go through another work. There was also religious revival that was led by two priests. Now come to the another angle of lifestyle from the church platform. There were two priests, John Wesley and George Whitefield. So they were very prominent priests of that time. They became important as soon as they arrived. When they came from England to America, they were loved by other people. They became very popular. They became very prominent. They caused great excitement, and people liked them so much that they thought they were the wonders of their age, because they not used to think the way other priests used to think in the church. Because generally church people, not to hurt anyone at that time, people of the priest of the church and the people who were attached with church, they were very conservative. But these two priests were not only very liberal, they used to make people think in the other way. They helped the colonial world move into the years of Great Awakening. They tried people to get up from the sleep and to think the life is a different one. You can lead your life in your own way. This thinking pattern they tried to inflict in the people, okay? Another prominent figure was Jonathan Edwards, 1703 to 1758, who was the most important and original philosophical theologian his work is based on two themes. Okay, what were the two themes? Absolute sovereignty of God and the beauty of God's holiness. God is supreme and God's holiness is very beautiful. Okay, this is another concept, that God is there and God is the right one. God is there, but what actually people wanted to say, let me tell you very clearly, that it is not good, it is not bad to pray, but it is very bad when you get blind towards the rituals and miracles. Okay, but it is no harm, it is not bad to believe in God. Very modern people also believe in God, so it is no harm there. The first is articulated in the defense of theological determinism in a doctrine occasionalism. Now, what is occasionalism? Which means God is the only true cause. This whole earth is going on. We are taking birth. Besides science, there is also a creator. I already told in the previous video. So, if you don't go through my previous video, you can't understand this second part. Okay? And in his instance, that physical objects only collections of sensible ideas. So, while finite minds are assembles of thoughts or perceptions as the only real cause of substance underlying the physical and mental phenomenon, God is being in general and He is the Son of all being. Now, what does it mean? That Son of all being, He is the ultimate creator, Almighty is always there. Besides science, He is also important in our life, but this is not good that on behalf of God, what the people used to do about miracles, about rituals, about bad practices in the name of God, that is bad. But Almighty is also a true sense. Okay, thank you for today. I'll continue the other headings of this answer, because it is an answer of 20 marks. Okay, so therefore this is the second part I have uploaded. In the third part, I'll go the third part and the fourth part of the video. I will continue with the other headings. Thank you for today.